To better learn this song, get the free guitar blueprint with all the chords, tabs, lyrics, and more at jimmydillon.com/blueprint. It's totally free, and it'll help you learn this song a whole lot easier. Plus, there's a few surprise gifts for you inside of the blueprint. Van Morrison, one of my favorite songwriters and singers of all time. He did a song called Brown Eyed Girl back in the 60s. It was a massive hit. It's been covered by everybody you can think of. But I wanted to show you sort of my little acoustic version of it. And by the way, thanks for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. And hit me up with any comments you may have. I'd like to hear from you. So this is in the key of G, and the chords that we're going to be using today are G, C, D, and E minor. That's it. And I'm going to also show you some cool little licks that he does in the beginning and also at the end of the song. A little passing thing. So basically the way the song goes is it starts out with a G. It does a little intro that goes like this. Okay? I'm going to get back to that lick in just a second, but let me give you the form and the meat of the song first. So the way the verses feel is, let's see, it's like, hey, where do we go? When the rain came down in the hollow, playing our new game, laughing and running, hey, skipping and jumping in the misty morning fall. My heart's thumping, a brown-eyed girl. Let me call out the chords to you and you'll get the feel and we'll get back to it. So it's G, C, G, D, G, C, G to D, and G, C, G, D. One more time, G, C, C, D, G. Okay, that's in time. Let me just for fun, I'm just gonna I'd like to do a thing where I just spell out the chords, and then you can actually see where it goes. So G, whatever to C, G, do dance and slow to D, G, going down to C. G, transistor to D, radio, G, C, G, D, one more time, G, in a mystic C, morning fall, G, oohs, D, now it does it to a C chord, D, and then G, E minor, C, D, to G, and then it turns around at a D. And there's a setup for a little thing that happens after the chorus. It goes, ooh, C, D, my brown-eyed girl, to E minor. I say to you, my D, brown-eyed girl. There's a turnaround to the D, 5 chord. Do you remember when? Here comes the sing-along. We used to sing G, la 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 C, la 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 G, la 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 da da, sha la 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 la. So you're probably wondering what that chord was. It's a G to a C and a G, and I like to go to a D7th, which is this version. So it's just like a C, but move up 2. Do a 7th here, which is the 5th fret of the G string with your pinky. I like the sound of that. Kind of has that Trini Lopez sound. So it's sha la 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 So that's the basic vibe on Brown Eyed Girl. Now I'm going to show you this little climb that we'll take this apart in a later lesson, but suffice it to say that this comes in handy. You start out with your G form here. So it looks like this. You get your second finger on the 4th fret of the G string. And you're only involving 2 strings here. And I'm going to show you this pattern, which you can use in lots of different songs. And you got your pointer finger, first finger on the 3rd fret of the E string. It basically looks like a G chord. But you're only using those 2 notes. And then you move the second finger up a half step. And the 3rd finger goes on the high E string 5th fret. So you're G5 and then E5. And then move it up 2 frets. Okay? So in slow motion it looks like this. That's the first melody that happens. Now I'm pinching it. Okay, you can do it with a pick and the second finger, but... And then move up to your C chord. Okay? Just like the C chord, but you're only hitting the G string and the E string again. Same pattern. Get that? So. And back to your G. And then I'd like to do a descending pattern on my D. So you're up to a G chord here on the 11th fret. Or the 10th fret, sorry. 11th fret on the G string, so G11, E10, and then like that. Sorry. Yeah. So it sounds like this. From a D to a C to a B minor, A minor, G. But keep in mind that we're only working on 2 strings here, so it'll all become apparent when you hear it in context. And like I said, I'm not going to take apart what this actually is theory-wise, but I will later. So here's what it sounds like in context, intro. Verse. Now you can also you can do alternate chords instead of this G. You can do this G, where you got your 3rd finger on the B string, 3B, B3, and then E3, pinky underneath here. Always an option, at least in this song it is. Instead of making the regular C, you can just drop these 2 fingers down 1 string and be there. So this is kind of an ease of operation thing. Where do we go? There's nothing too deep. Down in the hollow. So I'm doing a lot of, as you can see, I'm doing some hammers on. The hammer on there with the D. And I'm doing a lot of... These are all options that you can do. You can work off your A string. But one important look I do want to show you where it goes to the C, to the D, and then you hit a G. You can either do this, you can either go. So I'm thinking in terms of reimagining the song from a full band to just a guitar. Or you could go. Sorry. Yeah, that's just like a G, open G, 2, open G, D, 4, and then to the E minor. So here's what that sounds like both ways in context. playing this song, if you're playing it solo with an acoustic guitar or with maybe two guitars, you could have one guy doing the... and somebody else playing the rhythm. I've done this song a number of times in gigs with two guitars and with a couple of vocals. Works out really great, and you can get the... It's a good campfire song if you're Campfire Kenny, you know, you like to play around with your friends. It's a great sing-along tune, Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison. We'll see you down the road. Thank you for taking the time to check out this online guitar lesson. Remember, you can get the free guitar blueprint for this song that'll help you learn it a whole lot easier at www.jimmydillon.com/blueprint. It's totally free and it's yours to keep.